Okay, so a couple of web questions. Like with databases, I'm not going to do every single question, but I'm going to do some of the ones from the 2023 paper as well. So we've got Music Tutor is a company that offers music lessons. They're creating a website to advertise a business. They've got a contact us page with a form, and that's below. So if we have a quick scan of this code, but we'll come back to it later as we're answering the questions. We've got a form element up the top. We've got different inputs. So this is quite good because it's giving us a bit of scaffolding. Like if we had to write our own, maybe a missing element, then we know that it's input type equals something. Select an option. So that's going to be like a list of options you can choose from. Contact methods, so these are radio buttons, and then additional comments, and this is a text area, so this is going to be a bigger space for text. State which essential HTML form element is missing from the form. Now, I mean, first of all, the only really essential one, well, there is only one of them if we look at it, to make it actually work as a form. Imagine you've filled in this, right? You filled in your name, your email address, your mobile number, all of this. You get to the end of the form, what do? You want to click a button, right, that says submit. So you can have some sort of button down the form. And it's the kind of thing that you often do when you're drawing a wireframe. You forget to put that in. So what's missing there is submit. Right, and that's the answer. Just submit. You don't need a big explanation of that. Write the additional line of HTML code to add the missing form element. So this was one that a lot of people messed up in the prelim. Input type equals submit. So people forget that actually submit is an input. It's not, angle brackets and then the word submit or anything like that. During usability testing, feedback indicated the preferred default contact method should be email. State the attribute that should be added to the email option to achieve this. Now, it's possibly a kind of wordy question and it's difficult to see what they're actually asking for some of you, but actually it's not a difficult thing to do. So all you're having to do is give like a one-word answer here and say, right, what attribute, so what word are you adding, what keyword are you adding to the HTML to make sure that this radio button is already checked. So we've got a bunch of radio buttons, right? They're all going to look like that. And then one of them is going to be like filled in at the start. And that's my bad drawing. So the word checked is the only answer. You would have your code, so you would have like input type equals radio, blah, 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 and then just the word checked on its own. And if you add that one word in, then that's going to make it start off selected. Customer wants to select both violin and flute, but the form doesn't allow this. Rewrite a line of HTML to allow it. So if we look back at this, see where they're getting violin and flute from. So we've got violin and flute are coming in here. Select. So this is presenting as a kind of menu that they can choose from. Right? And it's got different options and they can only click one option. If we want them to be able to click more than one option, it's another one word thing that we add in here, so you would add in multiple. And if you just put this word multiple on its own, it doesn't need to be multiple equals anything, just the word multiple, then that would let them select more than one. So rewriting the full line of HTML, it's really getting us to show, do we know where it is that you're adding in the word multiple? So we know that it's on that select. So select name equals whatever the name was, and then multiple. And I think it also had a size, right? But the important point is we're adding in multiple in there. I think we had something like size equals 3 as well. But the important point is multiple. So a range of personas are used when conducting usability testing on the website. State one suitable persona and explain why adopting persona is helpful when conducting usability testing. So most of you know that my background is HCI. I know what persona is, but I still think it's maybe a little bit difficult here to think about what they're looking for. What you can't do is just say a young person or an old person, or almost a kind of stereotype like that. What is it that makes them relevant, right? It's not their age, right, or their name or something like that. It's the sort of skills that they have. So it might be that they have like accessibility issues accessing the website, or it might be that they are not very technical, or it might be that they struggle to read it, right? Whatever that is, right? There's some reason why it's relevant here, and then the explanation is that it lets the developer put themselves in their position and get some feedback, right? Or observe it, or learn something about the website as it is that maybe needs to change. And the way that they've worded that in the marketing scheme is to assess, observe, or gain feedback on aspects of the website. For example, navigation, the use of the form, the visual layout, right? So really, if you were doing this, you pretend to be the person, and then you'd say, right, how would this person interact with it? What does that mean for my web design? What am I going to have to change?